The story is back in the late 80s. My dad actually built a Corvette and took the money that he made on that to open a Chrysler store, and he's been successful since. So I wasn't as much involved in that. I was actually running our Abbeville stores, but I know that it was something Paul actually brought to my dad's attention, and when they made the decision, it was 0 to 100, and that's just how my dad is. If we decide on this, we're gonna make it work.
Of course, it's a little over 46 years now I've been in the car business and had a chance to run across Don Hargrove at some point during my career, and we became friends. And throughout my career, we had actually never worked together, but at one point I had decided to possibly buy some dealerships. He was looking to sell some stores, and that's kind of how we met. And he ended up asking me, he said, would you be interested in running some stores? And I said, absolutely. And that's kind of how we met. We became real fortunate when we got a call back in 2010. We had already had 4 dealerships at the time, GMC in Lafayette, a couple stores in Morgan City. We had an import store on University here in Lafayette. And we got the call that Jackie Edgar was interested in selling Ford. And at that time, we didn't have a Ford dealership. I was excited about the Breaux market. I knew Jackie personally. I worked with Jackie at one point. And so we contacted her, and we ended up buying the store. We actually bought it on a Saturday. And you know, I saw the potential of that store. It was tough at first, simply because we had no inventory, and it was a small market. And walking in, it took us a whole year to kind of start to establish ourselves. But the strength of the dealership was having local people working there. They had a great team. We also had April Klein-Peter, who was our manager at our dealership in Lafayette, who we had just won the #1 selling crew cab dealer in the nation right here in Lafayette, which is a big accomplishment.
I'm the general manager of Courtesy Ford, Courtesy Dodge Jeep Wrangler, Fiat, and also our Courtesy Chevy Buick GMC store there. I'm from St. Martin Parish, yes. So I started off with Don actually on Willow Street at Kia, Hyundai, and Isuzu, and then transferred over to our GMC store on Johnson Street, which we were the #1 selling GMC store for many years. And then I transferred to his Lincoln store. And one day he came in and said, "Hey, Fluff and Stuff, I bought a Ford store for you." And when I heard it was in Breaux, I was very excited to be back home. But being back in Breaux and just seeing how much we've grown, because when we first took over the Ford store there, we had no inventory. We actually had a gravel parking lot. There was nothing but fields on the side of us. So to look back and see how much Courtesy Automotive has grown in Breaux, now having 2 other stores besides the Ford store, having 3 used car lots there as well, it's pretty amazing.
It's one of the best stores we've ever gotten invested in. It's very successful. The people there are great. Like April told you before, a lot of our employees may have come from other stores, but when they get here, they stay with us because they have that feeling of family and community. It's probably one of our best investments we've ever made.
Well, I always thought of Breaux as the crawfish capital of the world, right? Breaux was known for crawfish, and I like to kind of think that Courtesy has got it to where it's known for a great car dealership operation, a destination. We sold a lot of people from Baton Rouge, St. Landry Parish, Acadia Parish, St. Mary Parish, driving to St. Martin Parish, driving to Breaux to buy a car. You know, we were selling, at one point, we were selling 3 to 4,000 vehicles a year out of this location. The location right now is the #1 selling fleet dealer in the Memphis region. So I kind of think that we kind of help build Breaux as a dealership, a great place to go shop for a car.
The chamber has always done wonders for courtesy and the parish of St. Martin. If you're not a member, I would say now's the time, because it won't be anything you would regret. So I would say absolutely. When they did their May Yeah campaign, that was probably one of the biggest campaigns ever, and my dad was like thinking, what am I watching right now? But it worked, because that's Breaux, that's St. Martin Parish. So that's probably the most unique thing about that store and that community.